Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Kim, and this is going to be a pick a card reading for messages going into 2026. We're going to take a look a little bit at the past energy, where we're at now going into the new year, and what that momentum and energy is bringing us towards. These are not predictive readings. This is about understanding the energies around us and how we can best work with them. If the messages are resonating with you, please be sure to like, share, and comment which pile called to you below. I so greatly appreciate it. It truly means the world to me. And with that being said, I will flash the decks up on the screen. Just take a minute to catch your breath and let your intuition guide you. You may be guided to more than one pile. That's totally okay. Timestamps below. Okay, pile one. I love the energy around your deck. I kept hearing the word resiliency and I could feel it. It almost, the visual I actually kept getting was somebody looking over their shoulder and smirking a little bit. It kind of like, I don't know what I'm about to step into, but I'm going to do it anyways because no matter what it is, I know I got this. There's this unresounding confidence surrounding you right now. Again, it's like no matter what life throws at me, it doesn't matter because I know I will figure it out. And in the past energy here, you have the Five of Swords, which is referred to as the card defeat in this deck, which makes total sense because again, this is to say you needed to be a little bit methodical. You needed to learn how to adapt and be on your toes. No matter what came about, no matter what was thrown your way, you found a way through it. You figured it out. And now you've gotten to this place where it's like before that might have been a struggle, that might have been frustration to be like, why do I have to keep figuring this stuff out? Why do I have to keep working and battling my way through this? But it all came together for this bigger picture of you developing that confidence, you developing that understanding of knowing that again, no matter what life throws at you, you will be able to find your way through. Which brings us to the current energy, the Knight of Swords. And I love the way that this deck depicts this card because there's literally a beam of light coming from his eyes. And again, it's this message to say, I might not be able to understand or see clearly what the pathway is forward, but I will use my wisdom. I will observe. I will look. I will figure out a way. I will strategize in order to get to a solution. I will find a way to get over this hurdle. There's lots of air energy here too, which is again our perception of things, the way we think and perceive and communicate. This is like, I feel for this pile here, pile one, there's this high sense of intelligence here surrounding you. But it's this intelligence that has come about because of your past experiences, because you've felt defeated before, because you've been challenged before and somehow always found a way through. Now you're not looking at those past experiences as failures or things that kind of almost maybe defeated you. You're looking at them like, yeah, that could have, but it didn't because here I am. And now you have this solidifying confidence within yourself. And I feel that so strongly because this Knight of Swords is saying, we're ready to move forward in a way that is fearless, is confident that, again, no matter the challenge, no matter the obstacle, we will be able to figure it out. Even if you don't have the resources to do something, the Knight of Swords is so clever. The Knight of Swords doesn't just look at something and be like, I have it or I don't have it. It kind of stands in as like a MacGyver energy, right? It's like, I don't need to have all the necessary tools. I just have to be clever enough to know how to make what I have work. And this is how your wisdom is building up this confidence because now you know you are unstoppable. And going into the future energy, I love this. With this new year coming in, you're stepping into this total fresh start. You have the death card here. So there is an ending of, again, maybe this was feeling unsure about your choices. Maybe this was feeling defeated before. There is a big transformation taking place for you as you step into 2026. And that's not to say Death card can be challenging because it is literally, metaphorically, not physically necessarily, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, shedding an old version of yourself, right? You are stepping into a new version of you, and that new version of you is coming because of the challenges and obstacles that you experience. It wasn't all for nothing. This was here to help you to build that confidence, to build that clever, think on your toes mentality, so that whatever life throws at you, you will be able to adapt and evolve with it. And with this death card here, I feel like this energy is just gearing up for this because something very transformational is coming about here. Again, the death card is the letting go of old things, old way of doing things, old belief systems. This could be about walking away from particular people, situations, or things that are just you're recognizing aren't helping you in this forward momentum. So now you might experience at the first start of 2026 a little bit of a hiccupy energy just as you're going through this transformation, but it's positive. Don't get hung up on what is feeling heavy right now. Just let yourself go through it, right? The only way we heal is to really feel and dive into what it is that we are experiencing. So while you're going through this, be patient with yourself and just remember how resilient you've become after all of this. Okay, pile number two. This feels like deep emotional healing. I can I could literally feel my heart space warming and opening as I was pulling these cards. And I think there's something here to say that you were tested a little bit. Maybe you had your confidence knocked down a little bit, and for a while it had you second guessing yourself, maybe questioning who you are. And it it feels like the reason why things were unclear was because you were stepping into a whole new version of yourself. And when we do that, we kind of get into this back and forth mode where we want to maintain pieces of who we were, but those pieces no longer fit with the person we've become. And that doesn't mean that you're not still the same person. You're just in a different version of yourself, a different chapter and phase of your life. In the past, you have the Queen of Wands here, which is again to say I definitely pick up that there were certain things that challenged you and tested you to see how sure you were of yourself, how much you trusted and believed in yourself. The Queen of Wands is about just radiating that feminine energy of self-knowing, self-value, charisma, right? It's like not walking into a room and looking for attention. It's walking into a room and knowing that you glow, that you don't have to ask for people to look at you. People are just naturally drawn to you. And I think for a while here, maybe you weren't feeling at the top of your game, maybe you were kind of questioning yourself, maybe feeling a little bit insecure. But there was a lesson in this too, because it's almost like the things that were trying to make you second guess yourself actually turned around and made you more confident and sure of yourself. In the current energy, you have the Three of Wands, which is saying, I do know what I deserve. I do know what I bring to the table. And now I feel like you're sitting at a point where you've bumped your frequency back up into this new version of yourself, but now you're waiting for life and the world to reflect it back to you. And that's okay because that's literally how this happens, right? We have to put in the work to go through the transformation, to make the necessary changes, to recalibrate and come to an understanding of who we now are. And then once we're able to reach that new frequency and sustain it, then everything else around us starts to match back to it. And I think with this 3 of Wands that you're maybe seeing a little bit of this already coming in, but the Three of Wands is still a card of waiting and looking out at the distance, right? So it could be that there's little omens or confirmation of this coming in for you, but it's not very loud. It's not very clear and obvious in the way that we sometimes want, right? It's like if we put on a new outfit, again, we sometimes want people to notice this is a new outfit and notice how good we look. But it just because somebody doesn't directly say it to you doesn't mean they don't notice. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's still confirmations of this change and this new level of confidence coming in. It just might not be as clear or as direct and forward as you might want it to be. Going into this energy into 2026, you have the Harvest card. This is the World card. This is a card of abundance, okay? Like you are really going to be receiving what it is that you put out. The Harvest card is about all the time, energy, effort, and work coming full circle back around to us. And I love this card, the depiction of it, because it truly signifies abundance, right? There's so much fruit on the table. It's enough fruit for the family, is to share with others. He's got a drink in his hand, the house in the background. It's kind of this energy of having everything you could possibly need and more. And that's such a beautiful space to be because it's coming from this previous energy where you had to go through, again, certain lessons and challenges to understand who this new version of yourself is. And I don't even have a card to indicate necessarily that you've gone through this big transformation, but it's a feeling. I can feel that this was a new version of you that you were stepping into. But now that you have and you've integrated it, life is about to pour so much abundance onto your plate. Okay, pile number 3. It feels like we're in a little bit more of a challenging phase in our growth and development right now because this feels a little bit like wanting to hold on to certain things that we know it's time to let go of, but sometimes it's really hard to do that, right? Sometimes it's really hard to let go of something that we poured so much time and energy into, or this could be any number of things, but there is this feeling of wanting to hold on and keep something close to you that you know it's just time to let it go, okay? And that's okay. This isn't to knock you by any means. Again, this is to help you. This is to understand what energies are around you so we can work with them because we'll get to it in a moment, but I can see this is a bit of a heavier time and I could feel the weight. When I was shuffling the cards, I literally had this sensation of kind of like that ball and chain energy, like trying to step forward, but something pulling at your feet and kind of dragging you back along the way. In the past energy here, you have the Two of Wands, which tells me you had a choice to make. Maybe this was about venturing somewhere new, staying in a relationship, leaving a relationship, starting a new job. It could be about you having to make a choice to step forward towards a new version of your life that you've been longing for. And that's not an easy choice to make, right? Because the world is a very big place. Life is full of opportunities, sometimes overwhelmingly so, that it can feel a little nerve-wracking to step into something new when we have this sense of comfort, but we also want more. And that's not a bad thing. Again, this is just about you. I literally just saw a hermit shell in my head. It's that same idea, right? It's like you are in one place for as long as you can be until you outgrow it, and then things start to feel uncomfortable. And when we get to that point where things are so uncomfortable, we have to make choices that are not always easy, but are going to lead us in a new direction. In the current energy, you have the Tower, which again, it's like whatever this decision was, whatever this new pathway is, it's causing a little bit of an upheaval moment. And that is okay. A lot of people get spooked by the Tower card, but the Tower card is actually very, very positive. The Tower card is saying that things that were not working in your favor anymore, that were not built on solid ground, are coming down so that something new can form. And life right now might be giving you a bit of a shakeup, because again, this is a shakeup to say you need to let these things go. And if you're not going to let them go, then we're going to help you along the way. Because life knows when we want more. Life sees when we've been trying to work towards something, but we're feeling a little bit stuck in the way of doing it, right? So life comes in and says, well, whoops, we'll just pull the rug out from underneath you because we know you'll be fine. You might not think in the moment that you're fine, but you are. And in this Tower, again, it can feel a little bit chaotic because it doesn't indicate that there's change happening here, and it's quick change. But you just have to brace it, okay? Brace it because, again, it did feel very much like there's things that are holding you back from this next phase, next chapter, next journey that you're ready to step out onto. It's just that little bit of like fear of the unknown or anxiety about what the future might hold, whatever it might be. It's okay. Like if life was truly always predictable, then life wouldn't really be exciting, right? It's meant to be lived. Going into your future energy here with entering into 2026, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card to confirm, to say, do not worry about what feels like it might be lost or taken right now, because something new will come in its place. Six of Pentacles is all about even equal give and take. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard to say. There's a scale here, right? It's to say things will be balanced, but you only need to worry about where you're putting your time and energy. Don't worry about the time and energy coming back to you right now. You just need to focus on where you are going to direct your focus, because where we put our focus and attention is where energy flows. So life is trying to say, we understand. We know that this is a shakeup. We know this might feel unsettling, but trust us and believe us when we say that everything that is going away from you right now will be replaced with something so much better. And that I literally heard as I was finishing that sentence, we promise, okay? I promise you, pile 3, things are going to get much, much better for you once you just let it go.